Yes, we can see it.
All right. How would you propose for us to handle this one, Mr. Lunga? Since we are going to be doing it together.
Okay, what I can do, I'm going to, your screen is still visible to others. I'm going to try a trick. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Can we still see my screen as well as Mr. Smooth's screen? London, can you please respond?
I do. I see.
Yes, I see it, Mr. Long.
But obviously, it's not. What's the word? It's not like it's not clear, right?
Yeah, it's not popped up. Yeah.
Okay, because Smooth is presenting. Okay, it's a bit tricky, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll make a plan. Mr. Smooth, can we read the first item, and let's carry on because we need to price as a collective now.
Yes, the first item is scheduled fixed charge and value related items, and then the first one is fixed, preliminary, and general charges.
Okay. So what do we know about fixed charges? Can you put on your on the chat box our answers so that we can quickly price together? What do we know about fixed charges? Team? Colleagues? We just closed the presentation right now. Oh, contractual requirements. Yes, yes, very true. We know that. We need to cover contractual requirements. What else do we know? Someone else must come in. I'm going to start picking on people now because I've got all your names here. Machinery purchased. Okay, okay. Fixed charges. Come on. Let's go for it. Once-off charges. Very, very good, Stembiso. Give me an example. Once-off charges like what? We're not practical. Remember, we now need to complete this this section. Once-off charges, what? Like what? Give me an example. Facilities for site establishment. Great. What are those facilities? What are we doing under site establishment? I know that we are moving plants from wherever they are to the site. What else are we doing? Site establishment. Office ablution. Yes, yes, yes. We're bringing in ablution facilities. Oh, yes. Hensel, electricity and water. Okay, we're doing the initial connections because remember we said that it's once off. It's not the running cost. So the initial connection, we're doing that. Yes, let's carry on.
I think nowadays we're also having internet connection. You know, there's
Great.
fixed,
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Health and safety. Yes, yes. And I'll tell you, it's two ways, right? One, it's health and safety compliance, like your safety file and everything else is once off. And then it comes back under health and safety as a running cost because your health and safety officer needs to be there. Health and safety rep needs to be there. So it can be under fixed charges as well as time-related charges. Thank you, Alistair. We got that. What else? Okay, cool. So let's put a figure to it. Smooth.
Yes.
Can you please go to the summary? Because we just want to see the project value as it stands. It will give us a very good idea. Or it does not show your summary. Refresh.
I'm still having.
Oh.
You remember this is the Namibian version, so.
Oh, I get you. I get you.
Yeah, we're still having that glitch for now.
Okay, do me a favor if you can then, right?
Yes.
Can you go to your My Generated Tenders?
Yes.
Go to any incomplete tender.
This one, no, this one is not good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
This
the one I
example,
was assisting Kwenga Singles.
Oh, okay.
So
Tricky. I think I've got a bill that is very interesting. If you log on with trial version,
All right.
Yeah. So just bear with us, guys. We're wrapping up. Yeah, there's an upgrade. It's upgrading of sewer line, right?
Yes.
Go there. I hope it's not priced. Hey, it's already priced. You don't want to give people a clue. Because otherwise it spoils the fun. People must think.
Yeah.
Go to summary. Okay, cool. Also, you've already priced. Give me also a trial version for a test and that clue, please. No, we can't give you a clue because you need to apply yourself. Okay, cool. So what we wanted to do when we wanted to go to the summary, we wanted to check the product value. Smooth, you can check that manually. If you can log out and log back in with your profile.
Okay.
What you will do is you just manually, obviously, add up all your different versions of the system, of all your different tabs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to grow, boss. Knowledge is power. No, you are growing right now. You've been answering, Alistair. you are growing. You've grown very fast today. Thank you for that. So Smooth, yeah. So yeah, just correct the total. So what's the total project value? It's down there, Smooth.
This one, yeah?
Yes.
It's 575. Okay, it's 5,753,719 and 18 cents.
Great. Just hold it there, Smooth. What is 15% of that? This is just a ballpark, right? What is 15% of that?
I'm gonna tell you now. It's 5,753,719.18. 15%. It's 863,057 Namibian dollars and 87 cents.
Cool. So it means that when it comes to construction obligations, you must make sure that more or less your ballpark is sitting there, right? So now let's go back, Smooth, to P's and G's. Fixed cost. Right? So if I may, right? Just gonna go back. I think you are sharing and I'm sharing at the same time, ne?
Yes.
Examples of. Okay. What I'll do is I'm going to take everything that was said here. Number one, we've got mobilization of machinery. Number two, we've got contractual requirements. Number three, facilities for site establishment like your container site offices. We've got water and electricity connection. We've got health and safety. For a project of 5.7 million, if we work it out to, I think, 250 grand, that will cover that.
Okay.
Just punch it in, please. Great. Cool. What's the second item?
The second item is value-related preliminary and general charges.
Great. Remember now, we are talking about insurances. We are talking about guarantees, right? If you had time, what I would do, let me just quickly check this website. What I would do is, but we're running out of time now. But if we had time, what we would do is we'll just go to Civil Shore and just punch in the project amount. We punch in the type of work and everything else, and it will quickly tell us the insurances that we will need, and from then on, all risk insurance. And then from then on, for example, I'm just going to put this on the chat box. Yeah, see that link over there on the chat box. If you follow it, You populate all the information about this project because we know it. We know that it's sewer. We know that it's a slightly developed area. We know that it's new sewer upgrade. It's not maintenance. We punch in all of that information and then it will generate a cost for us. So that is our premium. And then from our premium, we can add our profit margins, or we can just put the premium as raw as it is. Then when we're adding our profit margin for the entire term, we can add it there. So that's how you would do it, right? So I had previously done this, and what I got was, I think, 50 grand. So you can put 50 grand, Spoo.
Okay.
Right. Cool. What else is there?
The next one is
the one with quantities only.
Sorry?
The one with quantities only. Ignore the one without quantities.
Yes, I'm on that one.
Yes, go for it.
Yeah, so we are on time-related and general charges for 5 months.
For 5 months, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just go through it again. You are saying that time-related charges, right? And general
Yes.
charges for 5 months. Okay, cool, no problem. So it gives us a good idea that the project is 5 month duration, right? So what
Yes.
are the time-related charges? Please, can we post? Can we type in the chat box? I'm sure we remember them right now. We are done with the fixed-related charges. Let's talk about time-related charges. I'll give you a clue. Site running cost. Yes, there you go. Accommodation, site supervision. What else? What else? Okay, I'm going to start picking people now because I can see some guys are shy. I've got Visachi there, AJ. What can I put under time-related charges? Oh, security. Yes, you are right. Hansel, yeah, you are right. Tambani Dube. What can I put under time-related charges? Just give me an example. I don't need a figure, but I just need the item so that you know that you are actively thinking about it. Again, security, safety, campsite, site fence, and everything else. So site fence, you do it as a once-off, right? Security can be time-related because they charge month on month. Very good. Where are we? Safety again. So safety from obviously a security perspective and obviously from an occupational health and safety perspective. Very, very good. Thank you for that. Let's see. Nolazi, salaries, very important. You can do everything else, but please pay people salaries. We know you're going to fight when it comes to people's money. Your foreman is paid here. Your site agent is paid here. The project manager is paid here, depending on obviously the size of the project and the size of your company. Running costs for water and electricity, definitely paid here. What else? Let's see. Just picking people randomly now. Palisa, what else? Ntsika, what else? Qiniso, go for it. I think you've been requesting recordings and presentations. Qiniso, can you please give us something in return as well? Qiniso? Maintenance of fence, signs, safety audits, environmental costs. Very good, Ashley.
Equipment and building rent. It's not there.
Yes. Equipment and rent, accommodation. Yes. Very important. Okay, cool. So now we have a very good idea of the costs associated with, I think, running costs, right? Telephones, progress meetings, technical meetings. Yes. So maybe let us be more specific. You're talking about printing now. You're talking about calling people. You're talking about internet connection. Tambani, thank you for that. Cool. So let's put it together, guys. I'm just going to go to the example that we used. So I'm going to give you a round figure for that. Okay, cool. So for water, 3,500, electricity 5,000, ablution and welfare 4,500, communication facilities 2,500. Just for those running costs alone, it's 15,500. Hold that spool. You're going to add on this one. For salaries, right? I've got project manager, I've got site agent, I've got site supervisor, I've got administrator, then I have accommodation. That's 90,000 collectively. So can you please add 90,000 plus 15,500? What does that give us? Smoo? 90,000 plus 15,500. Quick calculation, let's see. I'm sure we've got cell phones in front of us, guys. Can we help Smoo? I think he's struggling with the maths there. It's been a long day. Okay, that is 105,500. Smoo? Thank you, Alistair. Smoo, punch in 105,500. Great.
I've done so, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Let's go for it. What's next? Water and electricity. Now we need to subtract it from that one, right? Because it's 3,500 for 5 months. So we say 3,500 for 5 months. So 3,500 times 5.
Mr. Lunga, is this
Yes.
the amount we need to punch in there for water?
Yes. So yeah, put in 17,500. Right. And then what you do is you subtract from that, because we don't want to double add the cost, because obviously it will make us overprice. So please subtract 3,500 from 105,500 under time related. What do we get? Minus 3,500. Please type in under those time related 102,000. Edit that one. It's 102,000. The one that was I think 105,500. Please type it as 102,000, because we are pricing water and electricity differently here. Right. So we've got electrical and other cables. I think provision for detecting service. Oh, I got it wrong. So sorry, everyone. This is just detecting services. So Smoo, keep everything as it is. Don't change, because it's a small font. I can't see your. Unfortunately, I can't see your drawing, right? So this is detecting
just I want to correct something. For electrical and other cables, how much did we say we are allocating here?
Okay, cool. So let's correct the misinterpretation. Because of the font, I couldn't see it. There it's saying provision for detecting services. It's not for providing water and electricity. It's to detect the service, market, so that people cannot mess with them, right? So therefore, what it means is that 105,500 remains as it is, up there at the top.
Okay.
Right.
This one, 105.50, no?
Yes, it remains as is. It does not change. Then for detecting services like water and pipes, that's a very simple exercise, because you can get 2 guys or 4 guys with a pick and shovel to go around detecting services, like exposing them, and maybe a metal detector if you want, but at the very basic level, 2 guys with just a pick and shovel, right?
Yes.
And they can spend a week. So if you look at their daily rate, which is, let's make it 300 per day, multiplied by 5 days, how much do we get?
Times 2 again, it's 2 guys.
Yeah, that's 3,000. You must add, I think, equipment, 500. That, let's make it 400. You're done with those guys. 4,000, yes. You're done with those guys. Electrical, make it, I think it's, because it's slightly sensitive, make it, I think, 8,000. Why? Because you're going to be bringing in a specialist service provider. to
Yes.
actually assist us in that, right? Then existing services, we're almost done, guys. Existing services in roadways, right? So if it's existing services, just hand excavations, it can still be that 4,000 because it's hand excavations. The specification clearly says hand excavations. Remember, one of the most important thing about pricing is to understand the spec and price according to the spec. So that is in roadways, and in all other areas, assume that it's going to
Mr.
be
Lunga, but this one is per cube. It's not
per
lump
cube.
sum. Yeah.
Oh, per cube, you are
So
right.
we need to, yeah.
Again, let's go back to the lesson that we're talking about, right? The unit of measurement, don't confuse it. Up there, it was a lump sum. Here,
Yeah.
it is now per cube. We need to look at it a bit differently, right?
Yes.
Cool. So obviously exposing services in one day, right? If you're, again, two teams, and if that team can actually do, let's say, I don't know how many cubes per day, let's say, what, plus minus 2.5 to 3 cubes. Yeah, that's the average for labor intensive work per
Yeah.
day, right? Then you've got 3 times 2, that's 600. Plus you give them shovels and a pick, you add 500 there. So 1,100 per cube is fine, right? Or you can even lower it as well to,
Yeah.
let's say, 800. Because you buy the pick and shovel once, then they use
One
it continuously.
Yeah.
In other areas, you can approach it the same way as well. Great. So can you save Spoo? Save it under P's and G's because you notice that we inserted everything manually. So therefore, it will ask us to save under P's and G's, that blue button over there. Just press. Yeah. Great. Okay, please add your profit margin. Cool. So that was just a live example of the things that you need to think about as you are pricing your P's and G's, depending on the project, number one. Depending on the specification, we quickly noticed that we made a mistake and we corrected ourselves by reading the spec. Depending on the unit of measurement, again, we made a mistake. We quickly corrected ourselves by assuming that a lump sum is cubes, and we corrected that. And number two, we assumed that locating and detecting services for water and electricity means actually providing those services, which is not true. We corrected ourselves. So you can see as we are pricing these things live and we're thinking about them, we are correcting ourselves to make sure that we get used to the habit, we get used to key things that must be monitored. But you see, here's the beauty about it. Once you've saved everything under P's and G's, and they are similar from projects to projects, maybe the projects are in a similar nature, what the software helps you now, it recalls that next time you price something different to make sure that you don't have to go through the exercise that we just went through today. So it saves you time in that sense because it stores all your data. So ladies and gentlemen, I think that is how we conclude pricing for P's and G's. I know I took longer than expected, but it was a very important exercise to actually make sure that we drive and cement the point home. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna stop recording this session. Spoo, you can stop sharing your screen, and then P's and G's effectively has been concluded.